This is my friend Ronny Cox. He plays the part of George Apple, the title role, as a matter of fact, in the popular TV 11 and CBS series Apple's Way. He's done a lot of interesting work. He's a musician. He's kind of a poet. He's come from the stage. But right now, he's in the midst of a hit series. And I suppose that reviewers always use the word, Ronny, heartwarming. And somehow people get the idea that the word heartwarming may be in disrepute when actually it celebrates the best human qualities.
Yeah, I can't understand why that's so. What's wrong with stating the positive values of life? I mean, I love the shows that have a sardonic wit and satire, but I think there's also room for stressing the good American values. We
feel kind of close to you in Louisville because one of the great pictures of the last couple of years was the one in which you had such a prominent role. 25%, which isn't bad, with
right.
Three other talented people, Ned Beatty, Burt Reynolds, and John Voight, and that was the shattering film Deliverance with Ned Beatty, who's of course a native of Louisville and a friend of ours.
Well, Ned's one of my closest friends. I've known Ned since 1963, and that film was my deliverance, and Ned's also. Neither he nor I had ever made a film before that, and what it's done for both of us is incalculable. Really, every job I've gotten in the last 2 years has been as almost a direct result of that remarkable film, and I'm sure for Ned the same way.
I found it that it left a lasting impression. I use the word, and I do it advisedly, a shattering impression on me on that story of not only violence but of humanity at some of its lowest levels. With the beauty of the scenery, I thought it was a remarkable film.
Well, I share your views. I think it's a great film. I think that John Borman is probably one of the greatest actors-directors I've ever worked with. I mean, he helped me so much as an actor because neither Ned or I had been in front of a camera, and we didn't have the vaguest idea of what that kind of acting was. You know, we'd been stage trained, and it really is quite different when you're acting in front of a camera.
We happened to be filming this interview in a prominent hotel in Atlanta, and the night before the interview I had heard I was one of the unlucky ones. I retired early and missed the concert that you gave. Now you have been good enough to bring your guitar to our interview today, and I'm not going to let you get away without. Well, you did a song for your own series, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm very excited about that. There's been great reaction to my singing on the show, and it's not that I'm a great singer or a great guitarist. I'm not, but I love doing it. It's a thing I do for fun, and so George Apple does it for fun too. And I've written a new theme song for the show, which I'm going to sing. Not here, but on the show I'm going to sing it. And then I've written several songs that I'm going to sing on the show, and I'd like to do one of those. It's a song that really is kind of on the show, a love song to Malcolm Atterbury, who plays my father, and to my children. It's kind of a three-generation song, and it's called Daddy, What's the Color of the Wind? When I was a little boy, I was so full of questions. There were so many things I really had to know. No matter what I asked about or in how many directions, there was always one sure place that I could go. Daddy, won't you tell me what's the color of the wind? What keeps all the stars up in the sky? And how do the birds go flying? Daddy, can I? My daddy, he would look at me, and always he'd be smiling. I'd learn about the earth below and the sky above. He taught me a man can do anything as long as it's worth trying. And everything he taught with love. Daddy, won't you tell me what's the color of the wind? What keeps all the stars up in the sky? And how do the birds go flying. Daddy, can I? And I often wondered how my daddy always knew about toads and frogs and puppy dogs and what makes cows go moo, about cheese and trees and honeybees and where the wildflower grew. Now I am a grown-up man with children of my own. They think I'm the smartest man they know. 'Cause I know all about toads and frogs and newborn puppy dogs. And I can tell them where the wildflowers grow. Daddy, won't you tell me what's the color of the wind? And what keeps all the stars up in the sky? And how do the birds go flying? And Daddy, can I? Oh, Daddy, Daddy, can I?
I like that. That's very comfortable, very in keeping with the series. Has your musical ability ever got you a job in acting?
Oh, sure. It had a great deal to do with my getting the job in Deliverance. Being able to play the guitar had a great deal to do with that. Yeah, a lot of times, since I did play, helped me more than anything else. I've worked in nightclubs and things like that. It's not generally known, but Roberta Flack and I started out together at Mr. Henry's, and then she went on to stardom, and I got out of the business.
I didn't know that. Listen, will you play us off a little bit as we go off with the guitar duel?
Oh, dueling banjos?
Dueling banjos, yeah, on a guitar, that is. Thank you very much. And in the background, as we say goodbye to Ronny Cox, who plays George Apple on Apple's Way, we say thanks very much. And we'll be back with more of Omelette in just a minute.